Good evening, Jean Henderson Pierre, the Beer and TV Ramble. I'm outside in my backyard and got off the phone with family members. But anyway, we're going to look at a beer, Busch Bavarian, introduced in 1955 by Anheuser-Busch. This is got this bottle the other day in Mississippi. This is the 1 quart, 32-ounce bottle. So I've had this in the freezer. It's about, well, now it's pouring just very good now, as you can see. I'll drink the rest of this tonight. 4.3% ABV by volume. Um, it is the seventh most popular. No, I'll take that back. Sixth, seventh, ninth, I should say, most popular beer in the United States, um, with sales of $673 million. So Busch knows what it's doing. Here's American Adjunct Lager. Typical look, taste to it. I made a run to Mississippi yesterday to do some little shopping, and I picked up some stuff yesterday. I picked up, of course, I got this. Also, I got the OE High Gravity, the Steel Reserve Triple Export, as well as the a couple other beers. Some one I probably did a review on, but just bought it because I want to try it later in the week. And I have a crazy week ahead of me of a lot of crap I'm going to be doing. So probably going to be the only review I'll do this week. I'll maybe have one more review to do. So um, Beer Advocate gives us a very poor score, a 52 overall. The brothers gave it a 43. They don't like it. Rate beer. Well, we know how they feel about these beers. So your typical adjunct lager scent, smell, very not much lacing as you can see in my beer. Well, maybe a little lace, but not much. But nice yellow color, gold color. It could probably be more as a light beer, but it's a Bavarian, uh, full body. Hmm. Again, if you've seen some of my other reviews I've mentioned, I talk about these beers and why they don't get enough love. They tend to, you know, but these beers win awards. Coors Light won an award. Coors recently just won an award. Coors Banquet. Um, you have the old Milwaukee's and whatnot, and then the Steel Reserve. These beers and the Old English. These beers that get so slammed by the beer critics. By the beer craft guys, whomever, and then but the beer critics who will be at these festivals, honor it. And I'm just wondering, why diss this beer? I mean, they must be doing something right at the brewery. So I just had some hot dogs or some tater tots with this earlier, and um, which will go good with this. Something, a burger or some chips and dip, you know, dipping sauce or whatever, chips and dip, something real hot and spicy. Will go good with this beer. Yeah, sales of these beers they do well, and yes, there's a budget beer, but Anheuser-Busch, knows what it's doing, and they're not. And my only beef with them is I wish they just pump it out there more. I know they did this back in the '90s, '80s and '90s, I should say, with the um, with the Head for the Mountains Busch and Busch Light, but they for whatever reason lately the commercials are not still on television, but the beers sell like crazy in these stores. You go in these stores, supermarkets, wherever. I mean, even the most, upscale places, you'll still see, tons of this beer. Busch, you know, Busch Light, Keystone Light, Natural Light, selling Wildfire, and they're above, again, their value price. I got this for about $1.22 a can. Bash, come here, Bash. It's my dog. I'm trying to call him over here. I'm outside doing this video. I'm not going to go on and on about this. Keep it short. This beer is very well done, very well made. Um, pouring more of this right now. My wife is inside and bitching at me about something, which I don't know what she's bitching at, but I need to have my time. You have your time. I need to have my time. I'm about to have family time. So, what can you say? It's a pretty decent beer, very well made, very excellent, um, quite good. Um, and introduced in '55. Um, Budweiser. This is kind of the value. This is a value price beer, as I mentioned. Um, Nothing really off-putting about it. I think it's really good. So, um, perfect on a hot day. Today was not that humid today. Kind of cool, but there's nothing wrong having a beer like this on any given day, on any time of the day. So, anyhow, I'm gonna go on. This is for the style, American Adjunct Lager style. I'm giving this a solid 9, and I think it's quite good. Um, so. I would probably buy the. I definitely buy this quite a bit. I buy the cans more so here in this area than I do the bottles. Um, the we get more cans for a lot of the beers that are sold here in the state of Alabama. We get more cans than we do bottles for whatever the reason. Besides, besides the big boys, Miller High Life and Bud Light, Coors Light, Coors Banquet, Miller Light. You know, we get more of those. We get more of the other beers. We get more cans than we do bottles of this. Like Busch, I don't see very rarely in many bottles, particularly here in my area. So, all right, won't go on. Anyways, a solid 9 for me. Leave your comments. Tell me what you think. John Anderson Pierre, the Beer and TV Man, will tell you to keep watching and cheers.